Honored audience, at this very moment, I would like to draw your attention and request everyone to stand up in respect to the national anthem. Thank you all. Distinguished delegates, members of the University Board, faculty members and students, dear guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great pleasure for the academic community of George Bacovia University in Bacau to address you a warm welcome to the headquarters of our institution on the occasion of the official opening of the annual international conferences, the 9th edition of the International Scientific Conference, Economy, Transdisciplinarity, Cognition, and the 7th edition of the International Scientific Conference, Deviance and Criminality, Evolution, Trends, Perspectives, DECRET. International cooperation in exploring digital transformation in business and public management facilitates the exchange of knowledge and promotes technological applications for a safer and well-being future to support human life sustainability. In accordance with the vision and mission of George Bacovia University, that is to become a world-class research university, these international conferences are among the many efforts to make its vision and mission come true. To all our distinguished guests and participants, thank you for being here. Welcome and enjoy the conferences. Ladies and gentlemen, please allow us to introduce you our partners. We shall proceed alphabetically per country. University Alexander Moișu Dures, Albania. University College Center for Business Studies in Kiseliac, Bosnia and Herzegovina. University of Split, Department of Professional Studies, Split, Croatia. Trade Cooperative University of Moldova, Chișinău, Republic of Moldova. Bogdan Petricei Cuhașdeu, State University of Cahul, Republic of Moldova. Alecu Russo State University of Balți, Republic of Moldova. Polytechnic Institute of Viseu School of Technology and Management of Flamengo, Portugal. Nicolae Titulescu University from Bucharest, Romania. Florida Universitaria, Spain. Here comes our partner institutions. Local Council of Bacau Municipality and Bacau County Council as founders of the event. Romania Forensic Scientific Association, National Center of Juridical Expertise, Chișinău, Republic of Moldova. Romanian Academy National Institute for Economic Research, Constantin Chirițescu, Research Institute for Quality of Life. Romanian Academy Andrei Rădulescu Legal Research Institute, National Correctional Officers Training School, Constantin Brâcoveanu, Târgu Ocna, Bacău, and media partners, Deșteptarea Journal Bacău, Radio Iași, TV Iași. Officials at the Presidium, Associate Professor PhD Andrei Octavian Paraschivescu, Rector of George Bacovia University. Mr. Lucian Daniel Stanciu Viziteu, Mayor of Bacau County, City. Mr. Gabriel Stănică Lupu, Sub-Prefect. Mrs. Ionela Cristina Breahnă-Pravăț, President of the Bacau County Council. Mrs. Ana Maria Egarmin, General Inspector, the County School Board. There are also present in the Moldavia Auditorium local and county councillors, the director of the County Pension House in Bacau, economist Simona Tăbăcaru, the director of the Romanian Commercial Bank, economist Nicoleta Druică, the director of the Romanian Bank of Development Group Societe Generale, economist Oana Pintea, the director of George Apostu Cultural Center in Bacau, Mr. Ovidiu Ungureanu, Professor PhD Adrian Cotârleț, surgeon, the longest serving manager of the Municipal Emergency Hospital in Moinești, being Dr. Honoris Causa of George Bacovia University. The director of the body of accounting experts and authorized accountants from Romania, economist Radu Făghian. The president of the Court of Accounts in Bacau, economist Alexandru Nițulescu. Mrs. Viorica Popa, director of the General Directorate of Social Assistance and Child Protection. Ladies and gentlemen, we give the floor to Mr. Andrei Octavian Paraschivescu, Associate Professor, PhD, Rector of George Bacovia University, for the opening speech of the conference.
Bună ziua! Bine ați venit la Universitatea George Bacovia. Înainte de a citi discursul protocolar corespunzător acestui frumos eveniment, aș vrea să spun două cuvinte de mulțumire. În primul rând, fondatorilor Universității, care sunt astăzi aici în sală. Mulțumim! Cei care au făcut posibilă existența Universității noastre din 92 până astăzi și credem că noi o vom duce de aici încolo, împreună cu ei. Vreau să mulțumesc Consiliului Local Bacău pentru sprijinul necondiționat și permanent care l-a acordat Universității George Bacovia, atât consilierilor locali prezenți astăzi în sală, cât și primarului, fostului primar și actualului primar al municipiului Bacău, Lucian Stanciu Viziteu. Deja acel scaun este, pot să rog colegii mei să lase acel mesaj că este acolo, acest primar, îl știți și de la deschidere, tot în poziția aia era. Mulțumesc, Lucian. Consiliului Județean Bacău, la fel un partener de nădejde, un partener de-a lungul timpului, de-a lungul existenței noastre, indiferent cine a fost președintele Consiliului Județean, instituția a fost partenerul Universității George Bacovia. Mulțumesc doamnei Cristina Breahnă-Pravăț, care este astăzi alături de noi și sunt convins că legăturile dintre noi vor rămâne, dintre instituțiile noastre. Mulțumesc și fostului președinte Valentin Ivancea, cel care a trecut acest proiect prin Consiliul Județean și tuturor consilierilor județeani care, fără abținere, au fost alături de Universitatea George Bacovia. Mulțumesc prefecturii Bacău, reprezentată astăzi de domnul subprefect Gabriel Lupu, un prieten al nostru, deja la fel putem să păstrăm acel banner pentru că dumnealui este prezent totdeauna alături de noi. Și Inspectoratului Școlar Județean, reprezentat de domnul inspector doamna inspector școlar general Ana Maria Egarmin, la fel pot să păstrez acele cuson, este aici prezentă permanent. Mulțumesc de asemenea colegilor mei care au făcut posibilă organizarea acestor conferințe, Senatului Universității și tuturor membrilor corpului profesoral și corpului administrativ al Universității. Și nu în ultimul rând, ei știu studenților care sunt super frumoși, care au fost astăzi aici, care au fost ieri aici, care au fost alaltăieri aici, care au făcut posibilă și care dau viață unei universități. Mulțumesc, dragilor! Stimată audiență, onorabili parteneri din România și din străinătate, dragi colegi și studenți. Este o deosebită onoare și bucurie să vă urez bun venit la deschiderea acestei serii de manifestări științifice, un eveniment de importanță specială pentru universitatea noastră și pentru comunitatea academică națională și internațională. Astăzi celebrăm nu doar progresul științei și educației, ci și colaborarea dintre noi, care ne inspiră să explorăm noi domenii și să aducem o contribuție valoroasă în diverse ramuri ale cunoașterii. Universitatea noastră este mândră să găzduiască o gamă largă de activități academice și de cercetare care unesc minți strălucite de pretutindeni. Prezența dumneavoastră, a partenerilor noștri internaționali, aduce un plus de valoare acestui eveniment prin schimbul de idei și experiențe care sunt fundamentale pentru dezvoltarea și inovarea globală. Fiecare colaborare între instituțiile noastre ne întărește angajamentul față de excelența academică și față de progresul cunoașterii. În această săptămână am avut și vom avea ocazia de a participa la prezentări, sesiuni de lucru și dezbateri care acoperă subiecte de o diversitate remarcabilă. Vom analiza împreună tendințele actuale, dar și provocările viitoare din diverse domenii academice și de cercetare. Împreună vom construi noi căi către cunoaștere și vom împărtăși strategii inovatoare care au potențialul de a redefini lumea științei și tehnologiei. Mulțumesc tuturor celor care au contribuit la organizarea acestei manifestări și tuturor celor care vor prezenta lucrări, studii de caz și cercetări care ne vor inspira și ne vor provoca să gândim în moduri noi. Aș dori să vă încurajez pe toți să profitați din plin de această oportunitate, să creați legături academice durabile și să explorați posibilități de colaborare viitoare. În încheiere, doresc să exprim recunoștința noastră față de partenerii noștri din România și din străinătate pentru sprijinul acordat și pentru deschiderea de a împărtăși din expertiza lor. Sperăm ca aceste zile să fie o sursă de inspirație și de dezvoltare pentru toți participanții. De asemenea, în numele Universității, doresc să transmit sincere mulțumiri pentru sprijinul constant și generos pe care Consiliul Local Bacău și Consiliul Județean Bacău ni l-a acordat în fiecare an. Datorită susținerii financiare și nu numai, din partea acestor două instituții, am reușit să desfășurăm evenimente de amploare care au avut un impact semnificativ asupra comunității academice, științifice și culturale din județul Bacău. Vă asigurăm de întreaga noastră considerație și de dorința de a continua această colaborare fructuoasă în beneficiul comunității academice și al dezvoltării orașului și județului nostru. Vă mulțumesc și vă doresc mult succes în activitățile ce urmează.
Honored audience, our officials at the Presidium are invited to present their messages. We shall start with Mr. Gabriel Stănică Lupu, Sub-Prefect of Bacau County.
Domnule rector, distins prezidiu, dragi membri ai comunității academice, dați-mi voie să vă salut, să vă prezint salutul instituției prefectului și pentru că aș putea spune că sunt în dublu calitate și de reprezentant al Universității Vasile Alexandrii, vă spun bună ziua și din această postură. Pe lângă onoarea și privilegiul de a mă afla astăzi aici, încerc real și o plăcere deosebită, iar domnul rector a avut dreptate. Revin ori de câte ori voi fi invitat și chiar dacă n-aș fi, tot aș veni. Este o onoare și un privilegiu să mă aflu astăzi alături de dumneavoastră la deschiderea acestei prestigioase conferințe internaționale organizate de Universitatea George Bacovia. Acest eveniment reprezintă nu doar o ocazie de a împărtăși idei valoroase și de a discuta despre provocările contemporane, ci și un simbol al excelenței academice și al deschiderii către dialog și cooperare globală. Apreciem profund implicarea Universității în promovarea cercetării de înaltă calitate, precum și în construirea de punți între experți din diverse domenii și din diferite colțuri ale lumii. Este clar că astfel de inițiative contribuie nu doar la avansarea științei și a cunoașterii, ci și la dezvoltarea comunității noastre, încurajând inovația și progresul. Vă felicit pentru efortul depus, pentru minuțiozitatea organizării acestui eveniment și vă încurajez să continuați să puneți știința, colaborarea și inovația pe primul loc. Sunt convins că dezbaterile în aceste zile vor genera idei cu impact semnificativ și soluții creative pentru viitor. Pe lângă scurtul cuvânt, aș vrea să adaug faptul că e foarte important să recunoaștem cele două entități ale mediului academic reprezentative în comunitatea noastră, pentru că, până la urmă, domeniile de cercetare diferite ale celor două universități, dar astăzi, uitându-mă și pe programul manifestării dumneavoastră, observ repere esențiale pentru anatomia unei societăți sănătoase, democratice și cu dorință de progres și inovare. Ce își poate dori mai mult într-o țară, un cetățean, decât economie sustenabilă, o justiție reală și adevărată și, nu în ultimul rând, o administrație coerentă și unitară la nivel național. Ei bine, toate aceste domenii vor fi cu siguranță dezbătute de dumneavoastră, de reprezentanții de marcă și de nume de răsunet în aceste domenii și acesta este un plus valoare nu doar pentru comunitatea noastră, spuneam, ci pentru a fi o reflexie internațională că ne dorim să avem discurs și să creăm într-adevăr punți între domenii și experți în domeniu. Vă urez succes în desfășurarea lucrării conferinței și sper ca timpul petrecut aici să fie unul fructuos și inspirațional pentru fiecare dintre dumneavoastră. Vă mulțumesc și dacă nu e prea devreme, vă rog să-mi permiteți să vă spun și sărbători fericite pentru că suntem într-o reală zi de iarnă.
Mrs. Ionela Cristina Breachnă-Pravăț, President of the Bacau County Council, is invited to present her message.
Bună ziua, mulțumesc frumos pentru invitație. Stimați invitați, bine ați venit la Bacău. Sper ca județul nostru să fie o gazdă alături de gazdele de la Universitatea George Bacovia, la fel de ospitalieră cum este de fiecare dată. Sunt reprezentanta Consiliului Județean Bacău astăzi, dar totuși niciodată n-am uitat și nu o să uit că sunt în primul rând profesor. Am intrat în al 20-lea an de activitate în cadrul Universității Vasile Alexandrii din Bacău. Sunt un produs parțial al Universității Vasile Alexandrii din Bacău, dar știu din postura de cadru didactic că Universitatea dumneavoastră, Universitatea George Bacovia, ne ajută să performăm la capitolul educație și să susținem acest sistem de învățământ universitar în județul Bacău. Am studenți care s-au format aici în Universitatea dumneavoastră, am avut studenți deosebiți, formați cu același profesionalism de care dăm dovadă și noi la Universitatea Vasile Alexandrii din Bacău, cei drept o universitate mult mai mare, dar, repet, chiar dacă sunteți o universitate mai mică, asta nu înseamnă că nu puteți produce performanță și aici, la nivelul Universității George Bacovia. De aceea, eu felicit cei 50 de colegi, în primul rând, din cadrul acestei universități, care reușesc să ducă acest proiect deosebit mai departe. Pentru că știu că nu v-a fost ușor, știu că au fost ani în care ați traversat perioade mai complicate, dar uitați că ați răzbit, ca să zic așa, și ați rămas în viață și reușiți să creați performanță în continuare. Legat de colaborarea cu Consiliul Județean, nu am cum eu, ca și cadru didactic, să nu continui colaborarea cu mediul academic din județul Bacău, cu mediul educațional, cu ceea ce înseamnă învățământ universitar și învățământ preuniversitar. E o asumare pe care am făcut-o la început de mandat și sper să mă achit într-un mod nu rezonabil, ci într-un mod performant de această asumare pe care am făcut-o și în campania electorală și, evident, e pe prima linie a programului meu de guvernare locală, dacă aș putea să spun așa. Sunteți probabil la o ediție avansată a acestor manifestări științifice. E important că aduceți lume în județul Bacău. Cu siguranță că colegii din mediul universitar vor putea vedea și niște componente care pot atrage un potențial de dezvoltare pentru județul Bacău și de aceea rog reprezentanții Universității George Bacovia să nu ezite să mă contacteze dacă sunt idei de parteneriat pe linia aceasta. Studenții dumneavoastră ajung în instituțiile publice, știm foarte bine, am colaboratori din universitatea dumneavoastră, am șefi de direcții care lucrează aici în universitatea dumneavoastră, vă sunt parteneri. De aceea, spun eu, la nivelul municipiului reședință de județ, la nivelul județului Bacău, suntem o familie. Nu neapărat o familie mare, aș putea spune chiar o familie restrânsă, putem interacționa zi de zi și nu ezitați să mă contactați. De aceea, fără a încerca să monopolizez sub nicio formă timpul dumneavoastră, aveți încredere în instituția Consiliului Județean, aveți încredere în mine și în colegii mei din Consiliul Județean Bacău. Vom iniția și vom duce mai departe orice proiect care vizează consolidarea învățământului în județul Bacău. E important ca această componentă să fie susținută, nu toată lumea înțelege importanța acestui domeniu extrem de important. Și aș încheia cu un citat care mie îmi place foarte mult, al unui politician, al unui filolog, al unui scriitor. Ion Eliade Rădulescu spunea așa: fără școală să nu se aștepte nimeni, nici la părinți buni, nici la fii buni, dar nici la un stat bine organizat, bine cârmuit și bine păstorit. Mă va ghida acest principiu și sper să nu mă abat de la el. Repet, putem continua dezvoltarea județului Bacău dacă vom reuși să înțelegem tainele acestui mesaj pe care un om de stat le-a emis la un moment dat. Eu zic că atât instituțiile de învățământ superior, cât și autoritățile, Consiliul Județean, Primăria Municipiului Bacău au intrat deja pe acest drum. Știm foarte bine, consorțiul care și-a pus bazele anul trecut la nivelul județului Bacău pentru susținerea învățământului dual, pentru dezvoltarea durabilă a județului Bacău și-a intrat în pâine. E doar un proiect de anvergură de 26 de milioane de euro care validează ceea ce am spus mai devreme și sper să continuăm într-un parteneriat și să respectăm ceea ce spunea Ion Eliade Rădulescu. Mulțumesc frumos, vă urez succes pentru lucrările acestei conferințe. Toate cele bune!
We now invite Mr. Lucian Daniel Stanciu Viziteu, Mayor of Bacau City.
Welcome to Bacau. I'm going to try speaking in English, even though my English is a little bit rusty. So we have a sunny day today, but I hope a sunny day in here, of course, but very cloudy and snowy day outside. I usually sit on the other side of the presidium during academic conferences, so this is a new thing for me. I went through all the titles of the abstracts, and the scope of the subjects debated are impressive. I'm really proud that the city of Bacau and the Bacovia University is hosting such a large international academic conference, and I hope it will go well. And for all of you participants, I have two wishes. May you be the loneliest in your field, and may you pay it back. And what I mean by this is that the more you understand the field, a little bit of it, you get lonelier because you have fewer and fewer people with which to talk about and debate. And once you get to the top of your field, once you're the best, you're the loneliest people in that field. So I wish you to be as lonely as possible, and then paid back, meaning the whole purpose of education is to bring it into action into the real society. So whatever you do, try to link it to something practical, something in real life, so the entire humanity will benefit from your work. Good luck, and see you next time, maybe in Bacau also.
We are also honored to hear Mrs. Ana Maria Egarmin, General Inspector at County School Board.
Bună ziua! Welcome in Bacau County, welcome in Bacau educational zone, let's say, because in our county, in our region, the two universities and the pre-university institutions are together, are working together in order to fulfill the objectives, the ways of increasing the quality of education. Because we are today in such a productive, let's say, meeting, it's for me it's the occasion to stress the fact that if education is the way of developing, the research is the way of proving that we can do more, because together teachers, students, researchers can do more indeed for different disciplines, different effects. So the transdisciplinary activities proves that we can be together, we can work together, partners from our country, but also from other countries. So it's the occasion to prove, as I said before, that everything can be fulfilled, that everything is possible. So the science, I don't know, the way we treat science is just a provocation for us to do good things. So these meetings are good things, are good ways, productive ways of doing good things. Welcome again, have a nice staying and a productive staying. Mulțumesc!
We address our thanks for your kind messages. Now, it is a moment when we shall exchange the seats at the Presidium. So, dear distinguished delegates, members of the University Board, faculty members and students, the representatives of partner institutions are invited to take a seat at the Presidium. As here comes the moment to listen to our guests' messages. Thank you very much for your kindness. So we invite Mr. Petar Pepur, college professor, head of the University of Split, Croatia, to present his message.
Thank you, dear ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues. As already told, that I'm representative of the University Department of Professional Study from University of Split from Croatia. It is a great honor and privilege to stand before you today to express my gratitude to my colleague from Bacovia, because they organized this conference. They spend a lot of time, a lot of energy to prepare everything for us to be very pleasant time in Bacau. First, also, I want to express my gratitude to colleague from Bacovia, because we are partners since 2014 and we are still in the line. We work together. The conference theme, exploring digital transformation in business and public management, is incredibly relevant today. Why? Because we living in very turbulent time of digital transformation. So this conference help us to be in touch with this, to explore this, to share our research and discuss what we found during our papers. The true value of this conference is not only in the presentation and information. The true value lies on the cooperation what we built. I already told that we are 10 years, we are partners, so we need to use this conference to build some new connections. Regarding that, this conference is more than just an event. It is a community of individuals which decide to improve their knowledge from economic and from the development. Your presence here shows that you are dedicated to advance knowledge, that you are dedicated to address critical issues. So I'm confident that we are together, we make this conference great. On the end, I want to thank you all for being here and for your commitment to this conference. Thank you.
We are now inviting Mrs. Tatiana Zavatsky, the representative of Trade Cooperative University of Moldova.
Bună ziua! Vin cu un salut din partea Universității Cooperativ-Comerciale din Moldova. Stimate doamne, domni, distinși invitați, dragi oaspeți, colegi, este o adevărată onoare să participăm la acest eveniment prestigios dedicat unei teme de mare actualitate și relevanță, impactul transformării digitale asupra afacerilor și managementului public. Într-o lume așa marcată de schimbări rapide și complexe, digitalizarea devine nu doar o oportunitate, ci și o necesitate esențială pentru dezvoltarea sustenabilă și competitivă a organizațiilor și instituțiilor. Această conferință reprezintă o platformă de dialog și colaborare, reunind cercetători, profesioniști și lideri din diverse domenii, pentru a împărtăși cunoștințe, experiențe și soluții inovatoare. Ne dorim ca aceste zile să fie un prilej de inspirație, de învățare și de inițiere a unor colaborări valoroase cu impact asupra comunităților noastre. Transformarea digitală nu mai este doar o opțiune, ci o necesitate, influențând profund modul în care gestionăm organizațiile, administrăm resursele și răspundem nevoilor unei societăți în continuă schimbare. Mulțumim Universității partenere Bacovia din Bacău și tuturor celor care au contribuit la organizarea acestui eveniment de succes și pentru angajamentul său în promovarea excelenței academice și științifice. Și vă dorim o conferință plină de idei inovatoare și succes în toate discuțiile și proiectele viitoare.
We shall continue by hearing the message from the part of Mercedes Aznar, president of Florida University, Spain, who unfortunately could not be able to be present for the conference because of unexpected bad circumstances. Dear colleagues, Florid Cooperative Education Group is a cooperative institution that covers all educational stages of life, from early childhood education to our senior university, including continuing education and consulting and research work through our foundation. We will soon celebrate 50 years of experience, during which we have been able to go from being a vocational training center in the beginning to covering the entire possible range of education, a period in which we have established our collaboration with with our community and our surrounding environment, as well our support for all kinds of social causes, as indicated by our cooperative principles and values. Florida Universitaria is one of the group's brands which recently celebrated its 30th anniversary. Its objective is to educate our young people for employability, but above all in values, ethics, and social responsibility, something that is key for us as a social economy entity. On the other hand, research is also key as a university center, and for that reason, we have research groups that analyze topics such as education, energy efficiency and renewable energies, logistics and sustainable transport, social entrepreneurship and social innovation, and inclusive businesses. We firmly believe in the creation of networks and ecosystems of collaboration, and for this reason, for many years, we have collaborated and coordinated numerous regional, national, and international projects which have allowed us to establish synergies and joint projects with a good number of European and Latin American universities. We have also worked together and participated in conferences developed by our collaborating universities, such as this one we are currently in. We are convinced that the creation of these ecosystems can contribute to the development and cohesion of both our teams of researchers and professors for the benefit of each of our universities, but above all, for global citizenship. And that is also why we introduce applied research in the classroom from the first day that students begin their degree programs through the implementation of real projects in collaboration with companies in our environment. We have 3 campuses located in Valencia, Alzira, and Catarroja. The latter is where our main headquarters is located, which is precisely the one that has suffered extensive damage due to the recent flood that has resulted in the loss of over 200 lives and millions in material damages in our region. We are working hard to rebuild what has been so badly affected, and we hope to recover a minimum of normality as soon as possible within the sad circumstances that surround us. Although I was looking forward to sharing with you all this space for the transfer of knowledge and good practices, it is for this reason that unfortunately I cannot be present today, and this 9th edition of the scientific conference Economy Transdisciplinarity Cognition, this year under the slogan Exploring Digital Transformation in Business and Public Management. I have no doubt that the contributions that will be presented here will be very relevant for the business world in all its areas, as well as for the education domain. We have a great responsibility as professors and researchers to instill in our students the necessary knowledge to access the labor market in optimal conditions, but also to involve them so that they can be part of this social transformation that seems to be so necessary in our days. We must assume the role of facilitators so that our students become agents for change in all facets of our society, but always with the human and humanistic touch that is so extremely necessary today. I am sure that this international conference will be a meeting point to share this knowledge, these experiences, and these values. And that from there, synergies will be generated to continue this work of joint collaboration. As Nelson Mandela said, education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world. I wish you all a fruitful and enriching conference. Warmest regards, Mercedes Aznar, President of Florida Cooperative Education Group. We are inviting now Professor PhD Vitalie Jitariuc, Bogdan Petriceicu HDU, State University of Cahul, Republic of Moldova.
Bună ziua! S-au spus multe. Eu am să mulțumesc organizatorilor pentru puterea, efortul care a fost depus. Ce vreau să spun? Vreau să spun că sunt bucuros să văd practicieni în sală care participă la această conferință. Salutabil, deoarece știința nu este doar orele de teorie lungi, laboratoare. Știința fără practică ar fi altceva. Sunt încântat să fiu în prezentă sală. Participanților la conferință, felicitări, succes în prezentări. În continuare, alături de George Bacovia, domnul Niță, sper să continuăm colaborarea și nu doar la nivel de cercetări și succes celor prezenți în sală.
Here comes the video message of Professor PhD Nermin Palic, University College CEPS, Center for Business Studies in Kiseliak, Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, colleagues, and participants, I am Nermin Palic, a professor at University College CEPS, Center for Business Studies Kiseliak, where I serve as the head of International Relations Office, QA Manager, and head of Traffic and Transport Engineering Study Program. It is my privilege to greet you on behalf of our director, Professor Mirzo Selimic, who unfortunately could not join us today due to legitimate reasons. On the behalf of University College CEPS, a proud partner of these two remarkable events, I am honored to address you. Allow me to briefly introduce our institution. University College CEPS is a modern private higher education and scientific institution established in 2010. Located just 30 kilometers from Sarajevo, the capital of Bosnia and Herzegovina, CEPS offers 8 study undergraduate first cycle programs aligned with the Bologna process. These include business economy, criminalistics, law, traffic and transport engineering, occupational health and safety and fire protection, information technology, health, and energetics. CEPS University is an accredited institution and currently serves approximately 2,000 students, providing them with comprehensive education that combines theory with practical skills. At University College CEPS, we are committed to advancing sustainability, innovation, and the integration of modern technology into education and research. Both conferences embody the values we hold dear: collaboration, innovation, and the relentless pursuit of knowledge. The DECRET conference aligns with these values by fostering collaboration on strategies to uphold justice, safety, and social cohesion in our communities. On the other side, ETC9 conference provides a dynamic platform to address contemporary challenges, fostering innovative multidisciplinary solutions that supports adaptability and progress in the ever-changing world. I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our partners and hosts, George Bacovia University in Bacau, for the exceptional efforts in organizing these impactful events. Many thanks also go to all participants whose expertise, passion, and collaborative spirit are essential to the success of these conferences. Let us seize this opportunity to exchange ideas, forge meaningful connections, and inspire one another toward progress and innovation. I'm confident that the outcomes of our discussions will lay the foundation for exciting new developments in our respective fields. I wish everyone a fruitful and enriching conference experience. Thank you.
We are now ready to hear the message of Professor PhD Paula Marquez Santos, Polytechnic Institute of Viseu, School of Technology and Management of Lamego, Portugal.
Hello, good morning, everyone. I love to be one of the last ones because you are tired and I don't have to speak very much. Greetings from Portugal. My name is Paula. I'm here on behalf of the head of my institution, Professor PhD José Costa, and he couldn't come, but he thanks a lot for your invitation. I hope it will be the first time I come to meet with you in Bacau or Bucharest or everywhere you want. I love to travel. And I don't know if it is possible to see a small video. Yeah, this is my little country nearby the sea, and you can hear my melodic language of Portuguese, and there will be some subtitles in English. I hope you like it, and please visit Portugal whenever you can. There's no sound. I don't know if is it possible to put the sound.
A land that has endured and existed for millennia, shaping the territory along with our culture. Today is considered one of the main tourist and cultural destinations in Portugal. It is considered one of the safest and best regions in terms of quality of life at a reduced cost, the strength of a region that inspires us to build the future. It is located in the heart of Portugal, with easy access and quick connections to other cities, near beautiful, majestic mountains, near the sea, and close to the world. The Polytechnic of Viseu comprises 5 higher education schools, 4 of which are located in Viseu and 1 in Lamego, and we have 4 research centres. It offers varied training and research opportunities in different areas of knowledge. The chance to discover and study throughout the European Union and to create unforgettable moments. At the Polytechnic of Viseu, we want to put knowledge and research at the service of the population, boost youth participation, improve adult skills, create training and capacity building opportunities for all, in close proximity to employers and organizations in the region, the country and the world. At the Polytechnic of Viseu, we are committed to innovation and improving the quality and attractiveness of the European higher education sector. We aim to cooperate nationally and across borders to strengthen our ability to overcome challenges and to promote an inclusive ecological and digital transition for the benefit of society, students, and all Europeans. A step for freedom and progress, for a better life with hope and unity. The Polytechnic of Viseu. Together, we build the future. A land that...
Thank you so much, and I wish you all a fruitful work day, and let's work. Thank you so much.
I'd like to invite Mrs. Evelina Oprina, Director of the Romanian Academy Andrei Rădulescu Legal Research Institute.
Bună dimineața și mulțumesc pentru invitație. Evenimentul de astăzi, ca de altfel în ultima vreme, m-a provocat din nou la câteva reflexii cu privire la cercetarea științifică și la creația intelectuală în domeniul dreptului în România. Probabil că îmi dați dreptate că în ultima perioadă de timp asistăm la o degradare progresivă a acestui fenomen în țara noastră, până aproape la anihilare, generat, deliberat sau nu, acest fenomen, cuplat cu lipsa unei strategii naționale în domeniul dreptului, cuplat cu încurajarea acestui fenomen de către minți lipsite de viziune, cuplat cu lipsa atractivității către fenomenul cercetării juridice, consider că starea actuală necesită o transformare urgentă. Din acest considerent, Institutul de Cercetări Juridice Andrei Rădulescu al Academiei Române, prima, cea mai importantă și unica instituție națională de cercetare fundamentală în domeniul dreptului, își propune să redevină acel vector de implementare și de coagulare a fenomenului cercetării juridice în România. Obiectivitatea cercetării și rigurozitatea celor marilor juriști pe care Institutul de Cercetări Juridice al Academiei Române i-a avut odinioară, trebuie să redevină, consider eu, repere fundamentale în procesul de cercetare juridică în România. În acest sens, în calitate de director al Institutului de Cercetări Juridice, mi-am asumat un obiectiv important, și anume integrarea cercetării științifice juridice teoretice cu reperele practice. Consider că suntem în acel punct în care cercetarea științifică trebuie să devină să devină mult mai aplicată și mult mai orientată înspre necesitățile vieții practice. De aceea, Institutul de Cercetări Juridice este astăzi alături de dumneavoastră, cunoscându-vă preocupările și anvergura demersurilor pe care le organizați. Am ales să fim parteneri al acestui eveniment, care are o tematică provocatoare. Să vă asigur în continuare de colaborarea instituțională activă, să vă doresc o conferință de înaltă cunoaștere, de înaltă științificitate, să doresc inspirație lectorilor, să felicit de pe acum colegii mei, cercetători ai Institutului, care participă astăzi în calități onorante, și să doresc succes lucrărilor conferinței. Mulțumesc!
From the University Alexander Moișu Dures, Albania, you are invited to watch a video message.
Dear colleagues and distinguished participants, warm greetings from Alexander Moisiu University of Durrës, Albania. It's both a pleasure and an honor to join you virtually for the Deviance and Criminality Evolution Trends and Perspectives International Conference. On behalf of our university and with the heartfelt support of our rector, I extend our warmest welcome to all attendees. This conference stands as a significant platform for sharing knowledge, experiences, and innovative solutions in understanding and addressing the multi-faced nature of criminality. We appreciate a lot our partnership with George Bacovia University, which has provided countless opportunities for collaboration through academic and student exchanges, joint research and participation in impactful events like this international conference. At Alexander Moisiu University, we strongly believe that meaningful partnerships strengthen our ability to address complex challenges and contribute positively to our academic and professional communities. We are proud that professors of our university will share their insights and expertise, contributing to the rich dialogue of this event. I'm confident that the discussions, presentations, and ideas exchanged during this conference will inspire new perspectives and foster further collaboration. The opportunity for your research to be featured in Acta Universitatis George Bacovia Juridica, recognized in respected international databases, reflects the high academic standards of this gathering. Thank you to George Bacovia University for hosting this important event, and to all of you for participating and sharing your expertise. On behalf of our rector, Professor Shkërqip Fortuzi, and the entire Alexander Masiu University community, I wish you a productive and inspiring conference.
Ladies and gentlemen, here comes the moment to thank our guest speakers and start the two international conferences, Economy, Transdisciplinarity, Cognition, and DECRET, in a joint plenary session. We give the floor for plenary presentation to Mrs. Domagoia Bulian Barbacha, tenured college professor, vice head for quality assurance, and Peter Pepper, college professor, head of the university department, Split, Croatia.
Thank you very much, and it's a real honor and pleasure to stand here in front of you, not the first time, and my collaboration with your great institution started before the collaboration of my institution in Split. So my first time in George Bacovia was in 2012. And I can say that you didn't change much in these times, and I think that since my last visit 7 years ago, I can really see the progress of your university. I'm really, really happy about it. What me and my dean and my colleague Peter Pepper would like to talk today is the financial and accounting challenges for higher educational institutions. And it's a topic which is a tough one. It's very tough to predict the future, and you need to limit your observations to some factors which you consider the most important ones. Who is changing the slides? Sorry. Do we okay. Here? Sorry, because I didn't get any technical support at the beginning, but now Gabriela is going to save me. Sorry. Yep, thank you. So, we will talk about technological challenges, and we will increase the awareness how important for the quality is to be in touch with these technological changes. So, sorry, I just didn't know how it works. So I think that the question that we need to ask ourselves at the beginning, and it's the question that me and Peter asked ourselves, what kind of future do we want for our university? And I think that the answer is a very simple one, and everybody would like to have the future of excellence and prosperity. Can we agree on this idea that that could be the aim? But this vision of universities without walls, open, engaged, influential universities that have great impact on the whole society is the vision that needs to be supported. And mainly, since we are coming from the fields of accounting and finances, we found that very important thing is that we secure sustainable financing of our operations. And that's the only way that we are going to reach these great goals of the excellent and prosperous universities of the future. So, I would like to introduce you just shortly to the Croatian universities. So, universities in Croatia, evaluated by the Center of World University Ranking, hold very prestigious positions. So they are positions between 2.5 and 9.6% of best universities in the world. When we are doing this research, we were focused on 4 public universities, which are the biggest one, largest one in the number of students and their research activities. Of course, some issues and some problems are to be addressed differently when we talk about the public and when we talk about the private universities. But in Croatia, the private universities are slowly rising. So currently we have just 3 private universities. And in terms of financing, they show some differences because the model of finances is less dependent of enrollment numbers. So what we focused on is how we can secure financial stability within current funding models and taking in consideration 2 variables which we think are the most important ones for these goals, and it is the demographical and technological changes. So I will give you an insight in demographical changes. Sorry. Good. So, sorry. So, just shortly, the current funding model in Croatia is a very straight one, and it's regulated by the Scientific Activity and Higher Education Act. And if you put it to the operational level, the financing is somebody is playing with my presentation. Okay. Operationally, this model of funding consists of the contracts, program contracts, which universities have to sign with the government. There was a kind of resilience from the universities when this model of funding was induced, but I think that that's the best model, because if you sign the contract, and my colleague who is coming from the law department, and he knows more about it, law obliges you to something, and the contract is something which you took as an obligation, and mainly people are following the obligations when they sign the contract. But at the end, traditionally, there is this reliance on enrollment numbers. So if you don't have sufficient number of students enrolled into your programs, you have an issue in financing all of your activities. And I think it's mutual in all models of funding. And how can we have more students when we have demographical trends which actually prove that we are not going to have more students in the future? Giving you and presenting you these numbers and doing the analysis of the demographical trends, I have discovered that in 2023, after 2 decades of negative trends, and thanks to immigrations, we have a positive demographical change. So in Croatia, in 2023, we, for the first time after 20 years, managed to obtain a positive score at the end of the year. But it is not so simple to interpret these numbers, and with immigrations and emigrations is something that we need to dig into deeper and to fully understand this number. So for the purpose of our research, we have focused on the target age groups as the potential for the future enrollment. So we decided that we are going to observe the age groups from 0 to 19 ages. And what we also find as a very interesting data is that particularly for this age group, we in 2023, we have immigration in number of 7,550 persons, and emigration, so the people who left the country belonging to this age group, was 5,185. So it's another positive number, but then on the other hand, it's going to depend on many strategies, political decisions, and law framework, how the immigrants are going to behave or how they are going to be assimilated in our environment. So for this potential that we lost, which is more than 5,000 people, we were expecting that they will become students, but we cannot presume that immigrants are going to behave in the same way when it comes to the choices of the lifestyle and education. This could present a great potential and great challenge, but there are a lot of things that we have to do in order to really induce these 7,100 potential future students. What else I wanted to show you, it's a kind of depressive, but you know that I like pyramids, because each time when I was speaking from here, I was presenting some pyramids. So this is a demographical pyramid for 2021, and this is the prediction for 2061. So unless the trends consistently change and we really have these changes in demographical policies, it's not going to end up well. Because as you can see, the average population is becoming older and older, and there is less potential students when we are talking about universities. Of course, implications are much more complex than those that we are considering today. So, what we are doing in Croatia, we are really thinking about demographical issues, and we are trying to, and we have established the Ministry of Demography and Immigration, and what we are preparing, and yesterday we had some news on this draft for demographical development, and let's hope that this idea and this energy will grow and that we will have the positive results at the end. But now I'm giving the floor to Peter, because he's going to talk about some other challenges. I will rejoin you.
Okay. During Domagoj presentation, I will wait a couple seconds. Before my part of presentation, during the Domagoj presented, I write some notes about that, and I feel free to make some conclusion of Domagoj presentation, that we have much opportunity, but we don't have enough money. Why? Because Domagoj already presented, with less students we have less money, but we need more funds to invest in technology. Because our government support us by the funds per each student. So we have a lot of problem regarding that. I'm accountant, and for me it's a little bit difficult to speak when I don't have a real number. But I don't have real number, but I have real problem. That problem I can connect with the technological challenges, which is marked by artificial intelligence, by digital communication, by data science and similar, because everything this transform industry, transform economy, and transform also daily life. So in this paper, we start from creative destruction, from author George Schumpeter, who explained the mechanism of creative destruction, which help us to improve something. If you want to improve, we need to have some problem. Like Schumpeter said, the creative destruction is a mechanism by which innovation disrupt existing markets, which in turn lead us to economic development and transformation. So we put in line creative destruction with university, because university should realize that creative destruction is the way how to improve our business. So adapting, integrating, and managing technological changes help us to be in line with current conditions. So we need to find a way how to develop more efficient education methods and create the new jobs and stimulating competition. As Domaga already told us that we have problem with number of students. Also, we have big problem with technological challenges, with digital transformation. Why? Because they give us something new, something what we need to adapt. And if we want to adapt, we need to have a lot of additional funds. But we have problem with government. So this paper also, we work just to provoke the government to participate more in financial funds of our university. During this paper, we found a lot of changes, but I will point just a couple of that. For example, the first one is challenges is adapting curriculum and instructional methods. Why? Because we need to have frequent update of everything what we time, but we don't have a lot of time. We don't have enough money to adapt everything. So we need to find a way and to adapt our curriculum to technological changes. The second one is digital or on-campus balanced learning models. We are witnesses of COVID, what we have during the COVID. During the COVID, we work online, but that online is not adequate for each study program, so we need to mix between online, between personal way, but everything that demands us that we need to also invest in some new technological equipment. The next challenges is cybersecurity. We know that we put everything on web, on different web platforms, and with that we are a little bit exposed to different hacker attack. So we need to find a way how to improve our cyber securities. And also one of the challenges is accessibility. We need to be inclusive for each type of student, because not everyone has good internet, computer, or quiet place to study. So we need to help them. We need to ensure and provide things like computer, like online materials, like places where they can the studies. Also, everything is on the people. So when you need to invest in technology, you need to know that you need to invest in the people. You need to invest in education, in training, and of course in his salaries, because people want to accept the changes if you how to say that, if you award them on the right way. So my conclusion, we have a lot of opportunity, but unfortunately we don't have enough money. So unfortunately your people from government go go up, out. So that is also one, how to say that, one appeal for them. Please be more generous to different universities. Thank you.
It's not over. Could you just bring me back my presentation? So, with the opportunities from technological changes, there are also financial possibilities which must be exploited. So, what are the possibilities and what are the revenue streams for the universities? It's income from consultancy services, from lifelong learning programs, and of course international student recruitment. In Croatia we have very good experience from all three sources. We can manage and we have potential to really increase our income, but there are also some constraints coming from legal framework and of course from accounting part. So legal and regulatory framework is not completely open to this kind of financing and puts a lot of challenges, but there is a potential. And there are going to be changes in positive way. Because nobody wants to give more money, not even the government and the local government units, if you can make that money on your own. So it's a very logical. And there is this huge resistance to commercialization coming from universities. Some universities are more resilient and some universities are more open. Private universities are really embracing this possibility to make income from different sources, while the classical traditional academia still has this resistance. But I think that we are changing, so the mentality is changing. I think that the openness to these new models of financing is really increasing. What else we wanted to share with you, that within the universities we have induced some organizational changes. So there are offices for technology transfers, offices for different collaborations, and I think that is really, at least from our experience of our department, it's the best decision that we made, because this kind of organization facilitates the new collaborations and really opens new possibilities. And something which we also have, or we aim to do, is to streamline internal and administrative processes, which is also very, very important. For now, they are very complex, so everything is very slow, and as we saw, the technology brings fast changes and administration has to follow. So to simplify everything is also wisdom that we withdraw from this research. And coming to accounting considerations, when it comes to collecting and allocating the funds, there are a lot of restrictions, but there is also announcement of the changes in this field, so let's be positive. And some key recommendations would be that we should diversify income sources beyond enrollment. We have to invest in scalable and adaptive technologies, and we have to engage with the private and public sector for funding partnerships. And I think this is really, really important, and each time when we had this kind of initiatives, it was always a good and successful story. Strategic actions for financial sustainability is to explore new legal provisions for market activities and to foster culture of collaboration and entrepreneurship. And I think that with scarcity of the funding, it is something which happens naturally. So I think these strategic actions are already moving forward. And as a final conclusion, we would like to address just three main thoughts. Importance of addressing demographical and technological changes is undoubtedly important, but there are other variables which are also going to influence at the end the success of our universities. Collaboration as a pathway to sustainable excellence is proven to be good one, and I think that we should all work to really explore maximum from the collaborations. And it's never enough to emphasize the importance of innovation and adaptability for the sustainability. I think these are like the main ideas that we can share with you in our conclusion. And now we are going to get rid of me. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much for your valuable and interesting presentation. We invite for the second plenary session presentation Mr. Marian Bitanga, Judge of the High Criminal Court of the Republic of Croatia, Lecturer, University of Zadar, Croatia, European expert.
Respected ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, a writing paper on topic on electronic evidence, I try to analyze a relationship of what we name classical right to respect for private life and how that right is affected by electronic evidence. Namely, the right to privacy is one of the rights that gained importance after the horrors of the Second World War. And today we accept it as one of the fundamental human rights. It is so written in all relevant international legal documents. Let me remind you on some of that. First of all, Universal Declaration of Human Rights of the United Nations, Conventions for the Protection of Human Rights and Fundamental Freedoms of Council of Europe, and finally, Charter of Fundamental Rights of the European Union. In short, all these documents require respect for privacy, but in some circumstances, this right is not absolute and non-derogable. Therefore, the public authority can interfere with this right and can limit it. One of the temporary ways of limiting this right is embodied in electronic evidence. How and why did electronic evidence enter the modern criminal proceedings? The answer lies in the overall technological development of mankind. Namely, the fact is that in the modern world, people communicate in traditional way, but increasingly digitally. This method of communication leaves digital trace, which becomes electronic evidence in criminal proceedings. Also, today's criminality relies more and more on the use of digital means. That is why modern legislators are aware of this fact, as well as the fact that a crime doesn't recognize state borders, strives to respond to such situation with effective criminal prosecution, and such criminal prosecution necessarily includes electronic evidence. European Union electronic evidence defines in a regulation of the European Parliament and Council on European Productive Order and European Preservation Order. According to the Article 3.8 of regulation, let me quote, electronic evidence means subscriber data, traffic data, or content data stored by or on behalf of service provider in electronic form. This is a legal definition, but we are aware that we wear electronic evidence in our pockets, in our bags. Actually, we live with that kind of evidence daily. The question is, does the regulation within the permitted limitation of the right to privacy threaten this right? In other words, does European Union with this regulation cross crosses a Rubicon of fundamental human rights in that aspect. If we analyze the provision of the regulation, we have to keep in mind that the limitation of the right to respect for private and family life is regulated by Article 8, Paragraph 2 of the Convention on the Protection of Human Rights and Fundamental Freedoms. It, among others, means that the limitation is, in every single case, must be prescribed by law, must have a legitimate aim, and must be necessary in democratic society. Of course, all these legal standards must be interpreted in the spirit of the Convention and in the way that the ACHR applies Convention in its practice. The current situation arises many questions. Why the fear of electronic evidence? Is it irrational or justified fear? Who are the biggest critics and why? What do they say? What does the regulation offer in this context, primarily regarding the protection of the right of the suspected or accused persons? In open letter from June 2023, civil society, doctors, lawyers, and journalists associations, and internet service providers ask for rejection of the e-evidence package. That package includes mentioned regulation and one directive. Critics justify their request with following arguments. First, e-evidence package is serious risk to fundamental human rights, and second, does not ensure legal certainty. Moreover, they claim that adoption of regulation and directive may result in unauthorized access to personal data, political repression, risk to professional secrecy and confidentiality, primarily in journalist work, and finally, limiting the right to effective legal remedy for suspected or accused person. Are these fears justified? The answer to this question should start from the fact that electronic evidence is not a new form of evidence in EU member states. Moreover, EU has already dealt with issues related to digital crime, for example, regulation of European Parliament and Council on addressing disseminating of terrorist content online. If we carefully analyze the text of regulation, we can see numerous of safeguards of right pointed out by critics. I'd like to emphasize the most important of them. First, EPOC, or European Production Order, is focused on serious crimes, either by the type of crime, for example, terrorism, or by the severity of crime that follows from prescribed punishment, at least 3 years. Second, regulation makes difference between the conditions for issuing European Production Order and European Preservation Order, and thus limits the possibility of public authority encouragement on individuals' rights to privacy to two different levels. Next, the issuance of EPOC and EPOC PR can be also requested by the suspected or accused person, which guarantees quality of arms as essential component of the right to fair trial and right to an effective legal remedy. 4, regulation explicitly states that it does not call into question the respect for fundamental rights and legal principles contained in the Charter of Fundamental Rights and Article 6 of the Treaty of European Union. Next, issuing authority is obliged to inform the person whose data is requested about the issuance of the EPOC and the legal remedies available to that person without undue delay. Finally, EU legislator took care of the protective of fundamental rights, including the right to privacy, when he prescribed stricter conditions for issuing of EPOC in case of delivery on traffic data compared to the more lenient conditions regarding the issuance of the same for the purpose of subscriber identification. Also, main safeguard for respecting human rights in regulation is principle of necessity and proportionality. That principle in every single order must be explained which is very important from the aspect of using defines rights. And let's conclude. In the e-evidence package, the suspect and the accused as targeted persons are not exclusively the object of the orders, but as a rule, they are guaranteed the right to be informed and the right to effective legal remedy against that orders. Therefore, this package, including regulation, represents well-balanced solutions between right to privacy and state's duty in combat serious crime. Of course, important role in the protection of defendants' rights has a judge in double role, as national judge and as judge of European Union. Thank you for your attention, and I am open for discussion and for your questions.
Please receive our thanks and great appreciations. Honored audience, faculty members and students, dear guests, we shall stop here for a coffee break, but during the break we invite you on the first floor to visit the stalls of our partners having attributions in prevention and assistance. After the coffee break, the plenary session will continue according to the program. Lunch will be served at 1:30 p.m. on the ground floor lobby. Thank you very much for your attention.